racing here today. I just love the weird audio. Runners here or at Kentucky Speedway. I've done both. We're doing that Kentucky on track. 35 sets of cars. These favorite cars mostly not running on I have spent a lot of shoots. I bought a So starting order here today is David Schallhouse first, J.R. Houston second, Brad Peter third, fourth, Zach Lindgren fifth, Walter Thomas sixth, Tom Kern seventh, Brian Jones eighth, Keith Smalley ninth, Jim Collins, Henry Olson, James Key 12th, Alexander 13th, Roberto Ramirez 14th, Jared Bushman 15th, Hayden Rios 16th, Chris Vander 17th, Darren Ingram 18th, 19th is Kyle Smalley 20th, Brendan Bowler 21st, Mount House 2nd, Zach 3rd, Mike Anthony 4th, Drake 4th, 6th, and Marnie 27th, Nathan Marnell 28th is will be fixed this year. Not go to the right this moment. I will go switch that on the channel. There we go. Good race through. These guys. All year for the season. Full field here today, so it'll be a pretty good race. Count them for them. So, what? Or never compete in races, but if we take reason to here and the new flag in the air, we are underway here. 4 Corners Racing League. Oh, he sees out. Sean already has a car step out under the first turn. He already has the long down. He goes all the way to the back of the next end. It's not a good start for him at all. Also way worse. On the second lap of the race. Not too much. Get it. What are we happy about that? So, but it does suck. Pretty simple track. Really a one-lane track. Usually anywhere at all. There you go. Well, we'll be shoving him. Looks like he will get the fight for it. The driver wants to give it up. sorry about that. We just switched over to the Logitech mic. I do not know what's happening to that other microphone. It should not be
doing that. I'm going to have to see what's going on with it. I honestly have no clue why it is acting like that. It's going to pick up both of them, but we will get back to racing again. I had a feeling it was acting weird looking at the OBS. It wasn't picking it up correctly. So I was right again. Sorry about that. I had no idea that it was doing that. I believe this one should be better here. I will go check the sound, but we didn't really have much happen. We did have Brian Jones go to the lead while that was going on. I will check the stream here. I'm clueless on what was going on there. Again, that's not a good look for me. All right, yes, there we go. Okay, we're just gonna roll with this microphone. That was awkward. This one's still not horrible, but I don't like it as much. Yeah, I don't know why. I just plugged this microphone back up and it just kind of shot itself. That was just weird. I don't know what it did. I don't know if it messed up on itself. I don't know. I have no clue what happened to it. That was weird. It's really weird. Pushing through the pack, however. We got the 9 and the 27 going at it a little bit. That is a huge up logo. Somebody's around. I can hear tires. Where is it at? Where is it at? I can hear him. Or I thought I heard him. I may be wrong. I could be very wrong. I'm just going to change the size of some of these logos because that is absolutely monstrous up there on the top corner. I did not realize how big those were until I just looked at it, but that was ridiculous. All right, it's racing side by side. Looks like we got the 96. So see where JR fell to. JR fell back to, looks like 7th right now. Walker, he's trying to run away with the lead. These guys have 5 sets of tires, so they're going to be burning through them. And when I say burning through them, probably just going through them really, really, really quickly. This track eats tires up. I mean, literally will chew them up ridiculously because you're on the bottom the whole time. There's no other place that you're running. It's bottom lane or nothing. Got the 99. Looks like he slides down in front of the 15 of Yarnell. Some of these other guys joined late or might have not went down the list far enough. I'm pretty sure I got everybody, though. Very well could have joined later in the race, however. Don't know if he's going to get there. No, he will get that position. That was, I thought he was going to kind of slide job him, but he didn't really do that. I might as well just go ahead and unplug this here, and I'll see what's wrong with it later. I truly had no idea what was going on with it. I was so confused when I saw my OBS levels. They were so low, and I was like, wait, what is going on here? I may have pinched the wire, done something like that. I don't know for sure. It definitely isn't acting like it should be. There is Chris Vanderplatz. He's the one that's sponsoring this league with the Up Pressure Washing Service, located outside of San Antonio, Texas. We will go through the race info again while these guys are doing that. See, it's a 1.46 mile track, guys. Oh, and it went away here. There has been doing that recently. As there it goes again. So they have 130 laps, 5 sets of tires. Who can save their tires the most is really the biggest question for me. If you can't save them, then you're in for a rough night. It's going to get real difficult for you really quickly. You are not going to have fun, and it's going to suck. It is going to really suck. Up here, it looks like Walker, he still has the lead, but now Colin Fern is trying to go at it. He wants it for himself. Really see, I mean, this is just it's a one-lane track, really. This is what this track turns into. These guys get in one lane and then they ride like this for the rest of the race. It doesn't end up bad most times. We get a shot right there from 05 in the rear, and he wants him to go. He is tired of him being there, as you see Kyle Smalley. See we're gonna watch the wheel of Colin Fern and see how much wheel he's putting into it just to get it to turn in the corners, because I know it's probably a lot, and I would not be surprised if he really has that wheel cranked trying to get it to turn for him. We really only hear the tires on the car there. Let's not do that then. There's also no grandstands here. I guess there is no grandstands at this track. No, there is, though. I guess they just didn't want to load in with it. We got the... Ooh, that's almost a switch around there. The 99, these guys are going at it back here now. Looks like the 02 of... I believe that is... Yeah, that's Childhouse there. Hey, he got back here early in the race. He about spun it literally the first corner. So he's had a rough night. He has had one rough night, that's for sure. Yeah. Like something is very up with my audio. I have no clue. So I sound a little bit louder than what I should. My audio is literally everywhere, I guess, right now at this point. I would fix it. I had no clue. You know, like I said before, I had no idea that it sounded as bad as it did. I think we almost thought we had a 3-wide there. The 99, he's trying to get the quarter panel of that 42 right in front of him. He can't get to it, though. I will actually lower this because I am pretty loud. There we go. We are now a little bit quieter. Colin looks like he's extending this lead out. I think probably lap 40-ish. We'll see some pit stops happening from these guys. I think that they'll eventually have to come down pit road. You can't make it on fuel the whole entire time. I know they would love to, but it's just not possible for them. That'd be a really tough task to ask of them. I may actually have a bad XLR cable. I do have another one with me, luckily, so I can swap it out and see if that was the issue. I hope I hope that cable didn't die on me, but it may have done it. So we'll wait to do that after Colin. He's now continuing to lead. He's looking at lap times right now. There's not one guy that's really sticking out to me that much. They're all pretty consistent with what they're doing with their times currently. Kind of like, what do you want to have for it? I believe I might have my race settings in here for where I race. So it's all tires, little engine for him. How I normally put it. Should not have reset to it, however. But there we go. Yep, see, look right there. He missed it. Keith Smalley. That's what happens when you miss the entry to the corner. It plows. It does not turn for you at all. And it sucks. It literally sucks. Because you're just, you have a handful of wheel and you're cranking it and it's just not doing anything. He misses it again. I think he might not miss the bottom. You see, yeah, I don't know how we got some guys that are running up top a little bit. I think that would be hurting them more. But it surprisingly isn't. I don't have any idea how it's not absolutely just killing them. They're making it work, don't get me wrong. But we got JR. He actually fell back to about 6th place here at one point, and he's rebounded pretty nicely, which is a good thing for him. You always want to see drivers rebound. Unless you don't like him. As you probably just want them to go away. That's one thing I can think of. As while we are, I'll wait a little bit here. Do that. Probably going to ad break, and I'm going to try to snatch a cable from my room. I know where it is. I just gotta go find it. Gotta go digging through some stuff. I do know I have it though. Most of these guys are running the semi-bottom? Somewhere around that. I guess you could say that. It's kind of weird how some of them are running. It's Colin. Oh, yep, there he starts to plow. Yep, he missed it. He missed the entry. That is what happens when you miss it. That car just basically becomes a big roadblock. It does not turn. Literally, with everything in you, does not turn. As I just saw Nathan Peters there. I will do that under the next caution, whenever that is. I don't believe they have stage brakes in this league. I don't think they do. Let me make sure. We do so many leagues, I don't know half the time. Yes, there is no stage brakes. So, this is until somebody wrecks, really. Hopefully they don't do that. That would be cool for the broadcast. I am giving them a recommendation. That is nothing else. So if they wreck each other, it's not my fault. You good? Yeah. Not my fault they do that. Will not be my fault. Well, it really would, but... might have one here soon with how these guys are starting to kind of drape over each other. See, Chris, he's actually running all the way in the back here. That's surprising. He's really got... the only people behind him is Timothy Cook and Nathan Yarnell. I don't know what happened to Nathan. I think he just came down pit road and pit. But he might go a lap down here. But These guys are currently in their fuel run. We will go on a little commercial break. I will go scavenge my room for that microphone cable again here.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
As I did not realize that was all the ads. As I can hear myself. Ugh. Okay, so I could hear myself there. That was really weird. I was looking at some audio stuff and that was just, yeah, that sounded weird overall. But it's now 47 laps in. We do have pit stops happening. Brad Peters, Michael Anthony, John Creighton, all coming down pit road. These guys need to come down because their tires are probably about to be shot. They'll probably split it 40-40. Well, I mean, well, so let's see. About 47 laps here. So you can pit 2 more times and make it to the end of the race. I think so. Should be right. Good guess on that. But Fern, he continues to lead. So he's doing a pretty good job right now. We got more guys. We got Marcus. He's actually off and away. Dylan Hollins, John Creighton, Timothy Cook. He's down also. He was running in last place. He's not had a good night. It's not that he's been driving bad. It's just he has not had a night. Remember, he probably wants to leave. I would not blame him either. Smalley. So we do have a good group that has came down pit road. It's a split decision right now. They're just deciding how long do I want to run it. Some of these guys are going to run it pretty long, I'd say. That would be what I would do. So now I would do it because I want tires. That's really the only reason I would do it forward. Like, can't get the tire advantage, and kind of, there's no point in doing it really. In my stand, I wouldn't really care. But I would probably be going as long. Yeah. So if he can pit at, so he's only got to do one more pit stop now. Fern does. These guys in the back may be on a different strategy though. We'll have to find that out. That strategy can go one of two ways. It works great and you're happy, or it sucks. There's no in between. Strategy is a big thing in racing. Sometimes it'll pan out for some people, and sometimes it does not work for others. And they're like, well, this is crap for me. I did not have a good race. Do have Brian Jones and Darren Ingram down pit road now currently for the lead lap cars. We still have a good amount that hasn't pitted though, so they will have to come down pit road eventually at some point in time. I very well may have some undone updates. I haven't been using that mic in forever. I think this one should sound fine. Kyle Smalley back here. I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be grandstands there and it didn't take it. It's odd. Chris, he's now moved up to 24th. He's still struggling a little bit. Fern, he's been running about a 10th faster than most of these guys that haven't pit. Alex Kronicki is down pit road now. Have somebody else going down pit road. No, he's still looking at who was cycling down. So you see those guys that are one lap down. That's because Fern has not pitted. He's taking a sweet time with it. But there is about a 2-second fall off. So you might want to do it pretty soon. If you don't, that's not going to end up too well for you. You'll find out real quick that you need to come down. Probably need to do that here soon, but and that's this guy's choice. And he wants to run it for long. He can run it for long. I can't stop him. I kind of be doing the same thing, honestly. But there's a point to where if he gets so far behind, actually, he could two-split this race almost. If he stretches it to lap 7 or lap 65, he can go halfway. That's halfway, so he'll only have to pit one more time. He has such a big lead. Well, it doesn't have that big of a lead on Houston. Houston's gotten back up here. See where the pole sitter is right now currently. He's actually moved up to 5th as they are in a big pack back here. Shawhouse, McKee, Allison are all racing for this spot. The 31 just sailed off into the corner. He has some fresher tires. That really doesn't matter for these guys because these guys are going to be in a lot of traffic as they almost come down and bounce off the wall. That was almost a big wreck there. As see the 12 coming by now. They got him. They are 3 wide over here. These guys do not care. Oh, Allison. He just threaded the needle. He jumped up right in front of that 12. I mean, that 12 could have easily turned him. He was that close to him. The gutsy thing to do, that's for sure. Very, very gutsy thing to do. This is really where it's at. These guys that are going through lap trap, or these guys that are a lap down that are unlapping themselves, they're making the most momentum right now. Or this is where all the action is, not momentum. Action's here a lot of action. Looks like, so the 9, who is he fighting with? So the 9 only has to worry about the 28. He doesn't have to worry about the O. No, he does have to worry about the O2 because he's on the lead lap also. So this is really a 3-car lead lap battle as the 9 gets tight, almost comes up. Thought he was going to nick him just a little bit, but he luckily doesn't. He could have easily just wiped him out with them. Did a smart thing and didn't do that. I saw many guys just say, you're right here, I'm just going to clean you out with me. And I'm like, well, this is stupid. Ask me how I know. Because it's happened to me multiple times, and it sucks. It's not fun. It is not fun at all. I do believe my OBS looks like it was delaying my microphone. I do not know why it was doing that. So apparently OBS doesn't like any of my sound tonight. Tried to fix that. Not gotten too bad. Looking at it now, look at Houston. Houston's drawing Fern closer to him. He's actually starting to catch him. It was about 2.5 seconds around that before. Now it's down to 1.7 seconds. So he is coming ever so slowly up to the front. Now, I think that these guys are going to split it. I think it's going to be a one pit stop race between everybody in the field. The guys that are on a different strategy, they're going to have to hope that they can make it. Or they're going to have to hope that a caution comes out or something, because these guys are going to be multiple laps down. As Ferns, I think he might be catching these lap cars in a bad spot is what's happening to him. I'm not completely sure. The only thing I could think of. Otherwise, besides that, he should be completely fine. He's still losing. He might have burned off his tires. I mean, he's dropping fast now. This very well looks like somebody who just went out there and just cooked him off. I think he has. He is not the same as he was at the start of the race at all. I think Houston might actually take the lead from him before he goes down pit road. That's what it's looking like right now. We've got some guys in their own little land right now, just driving by with themselves. See, Chris, he hit it on lap 41. He's back down to 23rd now. Everybody in front of him pit at a different time. As you see, Zach Lindgren, he's in pit road now currently. So this might trigger everybody else to come down that hasn't pitted. As there goes James McKee down pit road. That's not James. He's dropping so fast I can't find him there. So he comes down pit road for probably his one and only stop of the race. That's what I would think these guys are doing. It's just a one stopper. Kind of like a open race. You can really do one stop and, make it to the end from that point on. Roberto Ramirez is down pit road too. Did not expect that. Fern, he is still out there. Shothouse comes down. So does JR. Dorsey's down. Wishawn is down also. So how long is Fern going to run this? I mean, he's running 3 seconds slower than race pace. These guys are running about 31s now because their tires a little bit old. There he comes. And I was going to say he had to come in eventually. There was no way he could stay out any longer than that because his tires are about to be gone. And I guarantee they probably are gone. This track loves to cook up right fronts. I mean, it is extremely violent on those right front tires. Or, sorry, there's only one right front tire. Apparently, I don't know my tires, I guess. Comes down, so we'll see where he blends. He might blend. Let's see where he needs to blend in front of JR. I think he'll come out in front of JR. I think. Keyword is think. I don't know for sure. I think that he will come out in front of him. Let's see where JR is. I believe he's still in front of him, but JR is going to catch him. Maybe. Oh, wait. He might have not merged right there. See, you see JR there? So it looks like it's a little bit of a smaller gap now. And JR only came in one lap earlier. Nick Olson. He's down pit road, though. It's pit stop. So get these tires off this car. I'm done with it. This is a strategy game. I'm surprised there's been. No, I'm not even gonna say it because they will as soon as that comes out of my mouth. I'm looking at JR though, because JR, he was fast towards the end of that, and I'm banking on the whole thing going green. So if there's not another one, JR very well may catch Fern here, and I think he has a possibility of doing that. Calvin Allison, he's literally the last guy to come down pit road. So he pushed it. He pushed the envelope with him. Stay out for as long as possible, as that is a respectable thing to do. He drives like me. Stay out as long as you can. He'll probably merge. Well, actually, he's going to be really far behind, but he's going to have a lot fresher tires than everybody else. That may have not been such a bad choice from him. So that could pay out for him here. Very well could pay out for him. I think it might. We'll just have to see how fast can you get through all this crap that's in front of him. See, Chris, he's actually. Oh, he's back up to 13th because where he had a pit. So he might be doing. He might come down about lap 90 in pit, possibly. I think that'd be the smart thing for him to do. Pit at lap 90, and then just do 40 laps. No, all out. But so these guys up here, they pitted at lap 45, and they were in the 40s, upper 40s, so that's why they're up front like this. I do want to see so. Chronicky, he is 9th. He pit on lap 52. Got some guys through the field trying to find somebody who's racing somebody. They're pretty much single file. That's what I've noticed so far. They're just single file with each other. So it's been pretty good so far between them. Oh, there's somebody's blinking out. We just saw him catch up. That is probably one of the scariest things on the track. You can't see that guy at all. I mean, when I say you can't see him, you literally can not see him one bit. He's gone on your screen. On his screen, y'all are still there. But he doesn't know that he's not there for everybody else. See Childhouse. He's back here in 15th. He actually has gotten around JR too. He's actually gotten around Fern. So that puts Childhouse, when this cycles fully, he may be the leader. But looking at this, so these guys are lap 65. We got lap 63 here in Zach. He must have had a pretty fast pit stop too. Look at his times. They're comparable to Colin and JR's. I think that his tires are going to wear off just a little bit faster, because when I say this tire or this track chews, I mean it will literally chew through a tire like a person at a buffet. I mean, it just goes at it. Has all the fun it can have, and then after that, you know, it's gone. Good job. It's not a good thing to deal with. I mean, it's gonna be weird. Because I mean, Shothouse is. I mean, he's obviously leading this little pack here. But how long does Kyle go? What lap is he gonna come back in? Or, well, he can't. So that went 70 laps. Yeah, he can't make it on fuel. He hit it on lap 45. So I think that he might come down. I'll give him lap 80 to lap 90. I think you'll see these guys that pitted on like lap 40-ish around that area. They'll come down pit road again, get tires, while, you know, Shothouse, Fern, and JR run it on their second set. These guys have 5, so if they need tires, they've got them. Thought he was going down pit road there for a second. He was so low on the track. It wasn't. Body Armor is very good. I should get a sponsorship from them. Maybe they'll sponsor this league too. The 51. Now, here, I mean, well, we saw Kurt Busch do it years ago. He went side by side with his brother Kyle. He made it work, but look at this black patch here. I think this corner has it. Yeah, you see that black patch? That's where you really want to be running on this track. You don't want to be up there like this. When you're up there like that, not good. No bueno. That's a big no bueno. As Lindgren has actually been caught, or being caught by Shothouse here. All these other guys that are not battling each other, surprisingly. They're kind of settling down. JR, he lost a spot to Nathan. No, he didn't. Did he? As he did it. He lost a spot to Nathan Yarnell. He gained it back, though. Nathan pit on lap 37 of the race. He came in extremely early. Extremely early. Cycle through the field. Everybody, there's not really been that much action besides Shothouse about eating it off the turn. Literally the first exit of the race, first corner. He had that car step out on him really hard, and he had to really wheel that thing, because if he didn't, he was gonna lose his race, or his race would be over right then and there. But luckily he was able to drive off of it. Did a pretty good job too, I'll give him that. It's always kind of fun. It's fun and terrifying at the same time, saving the car, because you're sideways, you can't control it, and you're about wrecking half the time though. So you're like, well, I'm either going to junk this, or it's going to be one of the coolest things you've ever saw. There is no in between. It's not possible. It's either wreck or save, nothing else. And that gets fun until you're the guy that has to save the car, and then it sucks after that. You're like, I hate this. Because sometimes you can have some really good saves and some races as the two runs. Lindgren up the track. I don't think he meant to do that. He's got better tires. Then, actually, he's the lap down, I believe. We may have a falsely stamped 2 there. I think we do. I believe Keith Smalley's a 2 car. Unless I click here. Nope, that is Keith, so it just didn't register him passing him. See, Peters pit on lap 46 also. What are these guys that pit? I mean, these guys up here are not moving very fast. They kind of stagnated there. I think JR is saving. He's saving tires right now. That's why he's so far back. He realizes, I have to make this set last 70 or 60 laps. He knows right now it's not the time to just go all out. kind of like, we can just ride around and do this right now. And I'm perfectly fine with it. You would really like for the leaders for Shouthouse and Smaller to probably get into it, because that'd be good for him. Or sorry, Fern. Fern's now, his lap times, I mean, you can see him there on the side, 31, 34. I mean, they are faster than the guys that hit it on lap 46, but problem is they stayed out so long that advantage kind of went away on them, because they had that big gap and they were making up about 2 seconds on fresh. Now 2 seconds, you may not think that's a lot, but multiple laps, that is a lot of time. That is a really big gap. We've already saw some guys that have been down on their tires and they just blow by them. They literally will just blow by them like they're nothing. It looks like what Lindgren probably wants right now is he's trying to put as many cars as he can between him and Jones and Shouthouse and all those people back here. He wants to get as many guys as a roadblock as possible. As we have the 8 of Michael Anthony coming down. This will be his last pit stop of the race, though, I believe. So he's going to gamble. He comes in from a top 10 position. So he wants to try it. It's worth a shot. I mean, it may work. He's only got to make that last 40 laps, so he can go a little bit harder. I think he did go a lap down, however. I believe he did. Yeah, he went 1 lap down, so he'll have to unlap himself. But it should cycle out because these guys up front can't make it, besides the guys that pit on lap 60, 70-ish. I think the fuel's probably 70 laps of fuel, what you can carry. So, if they pit on lap 60, they'll be able to make it. One thing too, when you start dropping or when you start slowing down your time, you also start being off that throttle more. That's going to save you a lot more fuel. So, there we go. Looks like floodgates are literally open. Walker, Peters, Jones, Creighton, Ingram are down pit road now. So I literally just saw the 8 go as he overshot his pit box. That is not good. That can be a soul crusher for him. This is the one time in the race you do not want that to happen. Your final pit stop. You do it on super speedways and it is 1,000 times worse. I mean 1,000 times worse than other tracks. It is bad. Chris Vanderplatz, he's now down. I don't think he's a lap down, however. So this may be a good gamble from him. I really do want to look at this 8. This 8 is going to be able to unlap himself. And it depends on where he cycles out. I think he actually has already unlapped himself here. No, he hasn't. Okay, so now we see these guys that pit on lap 60-ish, 70-ish that are up front now. Fern is catching Lindgren. Shouthouse is trying to deal with, where is JR at? JR is way back there. I think JR, he's probably doing the smartest thing. I think we'll see him at lap 105, lap 110, if he has anything that he saved. This is when he's going to drop that hammer. He's just going to go. He's riding 5th. He's a good distance back. I don't think he would have burned them up as quickly as that, unless he was absolutely cranking that wheel and getting it to turn. Michael Anthony just ran a 30.75. That is the fastest lap of the race here. I mean, that is moving. That is stupid fast for him. We just had another record set. Or, sorry, best set. No, we did not. I thought I saw something flash purple there. When it gives me a purple notification, that means that's the fastest lap of the race for that guy. We saw it multiple times. Now we see Fern trying to get to the outside of Lindgren. He won't be able to do it, but I think he'll probably get it into one if he sails it off and just kind of sticks it there. I think Lindgren won't be able to do anything. It actually goes to the inside there. So Lindgren going to kind of go somewhat defensive. You see him already there. His exit speed is going to be so hurt there. Yep. So he loses a lead to Fern now. The first guy on fresh tires that is still on the lead lap, though, is Kyle Smalley. Now, he is 30 seconds behind, but you make up about, let's see what they're running right now. So Kyle's running a 30. These guys are almost running 32s. I mean, so he needs to go, not necessarily right now, but I think he will gain. It's going to take him a while. But I think that these top three, if they even tried to push and they really burn them up, they're going to start dropping like rocks. I mean, they are going to just plummet to the bottom so fast. They won't be able to do anything either, because it's like, well, they're kind of standing there like, you got to be kidding me that I just fell to the back of the pack so fast. And it can happen. I mean, it can happen to anybody. It's not just this happened to this person. It can happen to you also, and it is not fun at all. I've luckily not had that happen to me yet. I mean, I say the keyword yet. I have saw it happen to other guys, though, and it's kind of heartbreaking, to be honest with you all. They do good for all that race, and then at the very end, they lose it, and they're like, you got to be kidding me. This desk clamp is wanting to come off for this microphone. I'll just tighten that up and leave it there. Let's see, so Fern, he probably wants to put, I mean, Lindgren is not far behind, not by much at all. I mean, he's still within viewing distance of Fern. Biggest mover, however, is Michael Dorsey, currently sitting 8th. He qualified 25th too, so he's had a good run so far in the race early on, or late in the race. Yeah, late in the race. I think that's what you say. Late in the race. Alexander Haneke, he's back down. He'll probably go a lap down too. But Kyle is not running very fast. I take that back. He ran a 30.01. These guys up front are still running with 31 highs, 32s low. Really thought that there would be a bigger difference than what we see right now, but it's not happening. Kind of confusing for me, to be honest with you. Stan Carr, Nathan. I do know Stan from some other stuff. That 82 right there. Hence paint scheme for his car. Did not realize most of these guys are not in a room. Like the Discord, I saw that there was like nobody in there, and I was like, what? Kidding me, right? No, it's not. So it's gonna maybe interview somebody. I should put somebody in like mid-race and see, just start talking to him. .45. He has equal tires with these guys. Actually, he has fresh tires. He has really, really fresh tires. Lap 90 tires. He's trying to get through and unlap himself also. Going to be a lot of guys that are unlapping themselves, but this is around the same time that we saw JR start to chew into that lead. As the run went on, I think he just saved it better overall, and he might have had some help with lap traffic also. That's a really, really big possibility too. I just don't know. JR, he's 6.7 seconds back. I mean, that is a long way to go. So if he's saving, he has to do something. He can't save any longer. If he does, he's going to go too far back. Won't be able to get the win here. Brad Peters back here. Currently in 17th, so he's had a good run. He hit on lap 90 though, so these guys were probably hoping that they were going to get some type of caution, and it just never fell for them yet. I say that there's 25 laps left in the race, so while they got to the 25 to go mark, we will go on one final commercial break here, side by side.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive. Especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
We are back from commercial break. Now, there is 20 laps left in the race. Fern, he continues to lead, but that car is starting to plow there. I saw it come off the bottom. That is not what he wanted to see, as Lindgren does gain about a 10th in that corner alone. But did Lindgren save, or has Fern been saving the whole time and just being able to stay ahead too, is a question. We'll have to see. Fern was faster that lap by about 4/10 also. That is really weird seeing these two unpainted cars right by each other. I keep thinking that they're almost the same. I think I actually got them confused earlier too on accident. I did not mean to do that either. Some other guys back here. Thank God that it didn't pan out for these guys that pitted later, or pitted twice. They were probably hoping it would, but it just hasn't worked. And Fern, he's just run away with it, as he is a extremely high IR, above 5,000. So he's got some talent, that's for sure. He knows how to run these tracks. He's not no freshie at it. He's a seasoned veteran in this. He does catch a lap car. Now, the one thing he does not want to see is a caution. If he sees a caution now, his heart's going to be broken, because that may take away the win from him. I've had so many races lost like that, and it's probably the worst feeling you can ever have too. It just sucks. I mean, it truly just sucks. Actually about to have to deal with Child House here really soon as that car wiggles off the corner. Could have been bad. Really, really bad. Not want to see something step out like that. If it steps out, you're probably not going to have fun with that. It's going to be a pain in the butt to deal with. Yeah, and it also makes those rear tires mad too, and that's well, you need that for grip and lingering. I think Child House will get around them, but you know these guys have done good the whole night. I mean, we got to give a shout out to. I mean, well, I won't do it yet because the race hasn't finished. Looking at Dorsey back here though, up a lot, and I mean a lot of positions from where he first started. Chris Vanderplaat's the guy that is now sponsoring the league at this moment. He paid for the rest of the season for Four Corners Racing League. Again, guys, I am sorry about that audio issue. I had zero clue that it was like that. I had a feeling maybe looking at OBS, and it was kind of delaying the input. That was a little bit weird to me. I was like, that's not supposed to be happening. But I can't hear myself talk, and well, I can't hear myself on the stream. I have that muted because I don't want to be hearing that all the time. But luckily, I was able to switch over to the microphone. I had to kind of go digging for the headset microphone. I didn't want to use it, but I used it anyway. What had to be done was done. Not the funnest thing to deal with, but there will be 11 laps left when Fern crosses the line. This is when cautions normally happen. Not trying to jinx him, but there might be one here soon. It always seems like late in the race, there's always some caution that comes out. Oh, Smalley. He's not doing too bad. I mean, he's gained 8 positions where he qualified. He could actually get a lot more. Well, he might be able to get McKee. Never mind, no. Yeah, he might be able to get a couple more positions because his tires are lap 90. These guys in front of him are lap 64. So he can maybe crack into the top 10 here before the race is over. That'd be a good finish for him. Sometimes as a racer, you just got to realize, and I just want to get a top 10 finish. This race hasn't gone how I wanted it to, but I'm perfectly fine with that. When in reality, you're not. To be honest with you, you're kind of heated, very heated. Child House. He's been trying to get past Lingering here for a long time. I mean, a long time. He's been pretty much this close for, gosh, 30 laps, and he just can't get the bite that he needs. He has a little bit fresher tires. Oh, this is going to pinch off his exit. Oh, no. This might give Child House the run here. Lingering had his exit pinched off. As O2's going to try to get to the bumper. Fern, yeah, Fern obviously has this win in the bag. It's going to be really looking at Lindgren and Childhouse at this moment. As I mean, they're trying to get past each other. It's just not working. It really is not working at all. We're gonna have somebody rip the wall down. See Creighton. Creighton's a lap down. He's just kind of watching these guys go at it. I think Shothouse might be getting a little bit annoyed by Lindgren here. I mean, Lindgren's not doing anything wrong, but he's being like Ryan Newman. You know, Ryan Newman was hard to pass his whole career. You just could not get around him. You're just like, you got to be kidding me at this moment. He was a good driver. Well, I say good driver. He wasn't. I'll say he wasn't because he put Kyle Larson in the wall at Phoenix and that knocked Jeff Gordon out by 1 point. So I was not too happy at all. So yeah, I really didn't watch a NASCAR race after that either. For many years. I actually wish I did watch it the next year because Gordon did come back and run in the 88 car. I didn't pay attention to that at all. And I probably would have gone to those races also because I wanted to see Jeff Gordon race again. Never wanted him to retire. When I was a little kid, I just chose. And I remember looking at NASCAR. I told my dad I wanted to watch what they're doing on TV, racing cars, and he pulled it up, and I think that race Jeff Gordon was like 36 because he wrecked out. But I chose that number, and ever since I was a little kid, I stuck with it. 24's been my number in multiple sports that I played when I was a little kid. That was my baseball number. That just fell. It was my baseball number. I do know that. It was a lot. It was a lot. It meant a lot to me. And so I just went on about a rant there about Gordon for some odd reason. I have no clue why I just did that, but okay, that's a childhood story, I guess, for you all to enjoy, maybe. Those people are going to give me flack for that because some people don't like Gordon. Fern, he's going to get the white flag next time by. He's not dominated the race. Kind of has and hasn't at the same time because he wasn't out front the whole entire race either. So he had to work his way up. No, he started sixth. He's currently leading right now. He evidently just got the white flag here too, or should be getting it very, very soon. He's going to come off a 4. He wants to see this white flag. Whatever happens, happens. The race is official from this point on. Nothing can be done about it now. And he has a 6-second gap. He can basically let that car coast and do whatever he wants at this point. Will not have to do anything else. Kind of push it in and I'm just going to float it down there. Looks like, yep, Fern, he will come home with the win here tonight. Lindgren, he will come home second. Childhouse will come home third. Calvin Allison will come home fourth, and J.R. Houston fifth. I looked away for half a second and did not see Fern as he gets a little bit of celebratory bump there from some guys. And hey, that was a good job, man. Good race. Could have turned you, maybe. Some guys might be saying that to him just to mess with them. That would probably be one of those drivers also, just to give him a little bit of poke. But he will probably get over here and do a burnout. Yeah, you see Childhouse giving him a bump also, saying good job. But Fern, he will go and burn it down here as he dominates most of the race and wins it here at Kentucky. He's going to get to the start-finish line here and burn it down. Maybe right here, maybe just park it. One of the two we'll find out here as he's going to burn it down. Never mind. A little bit of celebration right there. Saw so many guys blow up their engine doing this just because they're having fun. They see, oh, I have a chance to do a burnout and not get X's for it. Let's go ahead and do it. But I believe he is done with that. So I will pull up the race results here for you all, and we will get the top 3 drivers in here as Lindgren is still on track. I think he's push. Oh, he is pushing, wishing. No, what is he doing? I guess these two are just messing around here. That's what they must be doing. I was confused. I was like, what are they doing here? I think they're just probably friends and just giving each other some crap. But I will pull up the race results. We will get the top 3 in here for a interview. Let me snatch them and find them wherever they are. Colin Fern is already in here. Let me ask for Child House and Lindgren. Wish these guys were in their rooms, but some guys just don't, and they got a lot of stuff in here for it. As Lindgren is in there, we're waiting on Child House to get in there. We'll start. I always start third and then go up from that order. I don't do it any other way because that's kind of weird in general. I don't think you want to do it any other way. As somebody just said, their right front was 10% after that run. Not surprising. Not surprising at all to me. Cook's tires literally will burn. This track burns through tires because you're leaning so much on that car. That right rear is it's basically screaming the whole entire time. It's like, please just stop. Please stop. I'm begging you is what it wants to what it wants to tell you. I'll give him about 3 more minutes. So I'll give him until 9:50 to get in there. Still waiting for him. So we're waiting for that. Oh, yeah, JR. Me and what? Oh, I'm seeing what he means here. Asking him what he means by that. I'm not completely sure. Kind of confused. There he is. There's David Childhouse. So we will interview him as he just literally got in that room. Oh, okay. I know what he was talking about now. I was like, what does he mean? Okay, we'll bring in David Childhouse, the 3rd place driver. Hey, David, this is Bryson's booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, Bryce, I got you.
And so you come home 3rd. You fall just a little bit short, but how was the racing overall there from your perspective?
I was kind of sideways off of 2 there on lap 1. We put the number 02 Heartbeat Hot Sauce Chevy Camaro on pole, which was great. And then I threw it away coming off turn 2. Just got a little greedy with the throttle and put myself in a pretty bad hole. I was just sort of remarking about when I crossed the line to complete lap 1, the leaders were in the middle of 1 and 2. That's how far back I was. And in a caution-free race, rallied all the way back to fight for 2nd. So I feel pretty good about that. The 1-stop strategy versus the 2-stop strategy, obviously the 1-stop strategy was the right call. If I hadn't made that mistake, I was just joking with Colin Fern that I probably would have won by a large margin just because I caught him and he pulled away there at the end. But damn, that was disappointing when you throw it away lap 1 and you fight all that way back knowing what could have been.
I mean, everybody makes those mistakes. I've done that. I can't tell you how many times early on in my iRacing career. You don't expect the car to act like that, and then it steps out, and you're like, well, I just did all that work for nothing. Then you had to drive back up through the field. But you made a good rebound, that is for sure. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, big thank you again to Heartbeat Hot Sauce, Keen Parts, CorvetteParts.net, everybody at Alpha Prime Racing. They don't really support the esports stuff, but we're trying. We're working on it. Everybody, twitch.tv/Shieldhouse. The children got themselves a pretty good show tonight. I always make these races harder on myself than I need to, and one of these days I'm going to stop doing that, and I'll actually win one of these races in FCRL. Big thank you to Thrustmaster, Next Level Racing, and Advanced GG as well for their support. We'll get them next week. Yeah, man. When you can be disappointed with 3rd, I guess it's not that bad of a night.
I will let you go. Good finish tonight, though, man.
Thank you.
Cut him off right there. That was David Childhouse, the 3rd place driver. We were bringing the 2nd place driver and Zach Lindgren. Hey, Zach, this is Bryson's booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, buddy, I got you.
And so you come home 2nd. You fall a little bit shorter than Childhouse. But, how did the race go overall? Because you were you were up there the whole entire night, it seemed.
Yeah, the race went pretty well for me. Usually I'm, in the middle of the top 10, maybe on the back half of it, but we had speed in practice and we qualified decent, which I usually don't do, so that told me that we had a pretty good line or a pretty good car, one of the two. And as the race went on, I thought I slipped back a little bit. I thought that, maybe it's just a fluke or whatever. The car wasn't right where it should have been, and as the run went on, the car came in, and yeah, as soon as we got into the top 3, we were able to hold it, and it was a lot of fun. It took a lot out of me.
So how abusive was that or was this track on that right front for you?
For me, it was pretty abusive. Both pit stops I had, or I say both pit stops. The one pit stop I had, I think the right front was down to about 40%, and right there at the end, I was down to about 42%. So I was leaning pretty heavily on the right front, especially going into 3 and 4. So, yeah, it was. This track is very abrasive, very old. Well, I say very old. They repaved it, but it's very abrasive on tires, and it was difficult to, if you wanted to save, and if you did save, you would have had to go to the way back and then try to drive your way up.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, I wanted to thank HMS Motorsport for being on the car, Elite Motorsports for taking me in. Those guys are a fun group of people to race with. I enjoy racing with them every single time I get to race with them. You up here in the booth, I'm sure as the race went on, it maybe got a little boring. Flag to flag, there's not really a lot of downtime, so I can understand maybe a little bit of boringness, but we appreciate you being up here. We're looking forward to the rest of the season with you. Under Pressure Power Washing Service for sponsoring the league. A huge shout out to them for getting the league broadcasted and putting us on notice. So we appreciate everybody who's messed with the league and messed with me.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good second place finish tonight, though, man.
Thank you, sir.
That was Zach Lindgren, the second place driver. I think you can hear me dropping stuff if you can. I'm sorry. You'll bring in the race winner, Colin Fern. Hey, Colin, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
Man, so you come home with the race win pretty much in a dominating fashion. How did it go for you overall, though?
It went pretty good. I just kind of babied it there on the start. I strongly dislike Kentucky. I've never been good there. I was telling Nick Olson, I was like, I don't think I've ever led a lap at Kentucky after I took the lead there. So kind of just rode down the bottom and accidentally found a little grip strip in 3 and 4 that the car handled really well in. And once we found that, it was game on. I think we had a huge lead there by the end of it, about 6 seconds.
So, I mean, you were pulling away, but, so how long was the fuel run? Because you stayed out for a very long time there. I mean, I thought you all were pretty much going to do a one-stop here, but, what was it? Like, how was it being around those guys that were doing a different strategy? Because they come blowing by you, and you were losing a lot of time, and you had to kind of fight your way back through the pack after you finally came down pit road.
Yeah, it was really frustrating, honestly, because I kind of let all those guys go, as they came on fresh tires, I let them go, and then come around when I had fresher tires, they didn't seem too kind to letting me go. So I got a little frustrated with that, but it's part of it, and just move on. We got the win, and I don't even know where we race next week, but we'll have some fun.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Go celebrate that victory tonight, though, man.
Thank you.
As we will go over the finishing order here now. Colin Fern first, Zach Lindgren second, David Schildhouse third, fourth, Calvin Allison fifth, J.R. Houston sixth, Brendan Kohler seventh, Michael Dorsey eighth, Jared Wishon ninth, James McKee 10th, Nick Olson 11th, Kyle Smalley 12th, Stan Carnathan 13th, Marcus Adams 14th, Michael Anthony 15th, Walker Thomas 16th, Brian Jones 17th, Brad Peters 18th, Roberto Ramirez 19th is Keith Smalley 20th, Alexander Kronicki 21st, John Creighton 22nd, Nathan Darnell 23rd, Chris Vander 24th, Darren Ingram 25th, Caden Henry Oakes 26th, Dylan Holland 27th, Timothy Cook, and 28th is Chris Worrell. And that was a pretty good race. I'm sorry for my mic dying. Pretty much the beginning of the stream, I had no idea until I went back and looked. I had a feeling it was doing something. I will go and I'll get that. I'm going to try to see what that was, but I will be streaming the Ghost Cup series tomorrow, so if y'all want to tune in, I'll actually have that microphone fixed. But I will roll this animation, and I will let you all go. Sorry about that issue early on.